I have to redo this video because I will get in trouble for the last one I've said. This is what I'm... Like, I have the power to do it anyway. Like, seriously. Anyway, so... I watched the podcast with Pat Bet David. I think it's a really, really great podcast, except for when he's always advocating for corporations and the rich people, and it seems like they don't give a fuck about the average person. We'll just keep taking losses. You guys can keep taking wins. Yeah, just keep taking everything, man. You guys, we got monopoly. Like, that's capitalism. Like, just you have monopoly. It's the same thing as communism. Like, you just have a centralized. It's the same thing. It's the same result. It's just different paths to get there. That's what's happening. And I'm like sitting here, thinking like, we got Trump in there. I'm hoping that he can fix it. If he can't fix it, all hell is gonna break loose, because we're not gonna have a country if the Democrats get back. And I'm just saying, like, we're not gonna put up with their shit. We will have a civil war against you. We will overthrow the government. You will be overthrown, and you will finally be held accountable. You know, it's so crazy. Like, I don't agree with like everything Tate says, but I probably agree with like 75 to 90% of stuff he says. So he was on that podcast, and he's like, usually I'm just like Andrew Tate. I don't really listen to him. You know what I mean? But like, wow, he was really hitting home. Like, it's like, he's right. It's feminism. Feminism is the problem. You know, who's the one that wants like open borders, abortions, and all this other stuff? It's women, man. It's the women that they're the problem. And they're not being held accountable. They're not living in reality. Man, I'm like, so I'm trying to get like the information that I was about to talk. I wish I could upload. It was such a great, powerful video. It doesn't matter. Only a couple of people watch my videos anyway. But anyway, so it's like, there's no one speaking for the average person. And hey, listen, if you're rich, you should be really concerned about what's happening right now. You have the resources. Figure out who's the people that's causing all this crap. Who's funding it? I mean, we all know who owns OnlyFans. Who's the ones that own the left-wing media? I mean, who runs these? This is why people are anti-Semitic, because of that shit. You know what I mean? What is blatant in our face. Is blatant in our face. You know, it's like, me personally, I don't have a problem with regular people, but I see a certain type of person, and they're wealthy, and they don't believe in God or anything, and it's like, why aren't good rich people doing something about it? Why aren't they like using their money to buy out these companies so that the propaganda can't be pushed anymore? Why aren't they trying to like take over the start PACs to take over universities and start having them teach good things or whatever, or the public school system? You know, Trump is it. Like, if Trump can't solve the problems, and I don't know if he can, I don't know why he would even want to even try. If I was Trump, I probably would. I wouldn't be doing what he's doing right now. I would have already been like, dude, America's done. It's done. Just let it destroy itself, and we come and rebuild it. And maybe that's the game plan for us, to just annihilate ourselves so they can come back in and rebuild. But like, they're trying to pin us against each other. Race war. They want us to have a race war. They want us to have a civil war, left versus right. Over what? Over capitalism versus communism. It's like, dude, this money system doesn't work either way, okay? It doesn't work anymore, and it's because of the dollar. The dollar needs to be taken out. We need to get rid of the Federal Reserve. We need to get rid of the IRS. They've been taxing the hell out of us. The welfare system and all the Social Security and all that needs to be reformed. Eliminate corruption, and people need to be held accountable. Like, how long do they think that we can keep doing this where rich people are telling me that my life is really, really good when they're living it like high on the hog? I go to work and come home, and then I'm like stressed if something happens, man. And it's pretty much, we already are at the have and have nots. And it's, I can't compete with Amazon. Like, I make music, right? And some of it's AI. Well, a lot of it's AI. And then my music, I don't make my own music really anymore, but I wrote 2 books. I can't, how am I supposed to compete with the big corporations? I'm just me, you know what I mean? So me starting my own thing, trying to start my own business, it's just not going to happen unless I got money back at me. And that's what I'm talking about is the rich people are supposed to be good, and for capitalism, they're not doing anything. They're not speaking out. They're just sitting back, and it's just like, dude, how much money do you need? You know what I mean? Like, you won't have somewhere to live soon. I don't. The revolution's gonna happen, okay? And it's gonna be bad because guys, they have no access to women. Women don't want nothing to do with this. Their expectations are completely unrealistic. They've basically destroyed themselves because of this push of feminism. Just go out and have as many partners as you want. Tattoo your body up, put piercings in, abort all your babies. How about you just try to find a good guy and if you're gonna spread your legs, why don't you spread your legs for somebody you might want to have kids with? How about that? Only that guy. But no, just this is why we need to hopefully like these companies start laying off these women, man, and then they can come down to reality, because this is why I'm hopeful with AI can replace their jobs. And it's like, you might want to become a woman, you know what I mean? And the hope is jobs come back, good paying jobs, so maybe we can actually buy a house. I'm mid 40s. I never owned a house, and nor do I even really want to own a house. Do I have to pay property taxes? Dude, I gotta pay property taxes on my car I own. I don't own shit. I own this stupid shit or whatever. Not stupid, but like clothes or like this microphone. But they own my car. It's ridiculous. The banks are the problem, man. They've too big to fail. Like, are you serious? So you're too big to fail, and then you can make all these mistakes, be bailed out. Why can't I? Why can all the rest of us? You guys just print out money like nothing. And here's the thing. It's like, when they print out money, who does that help? It helps the rich people. The rich people win either way, dude. And it's like, you can't keep living. You can't keep doing that. You've rigged the system. You've rigged the game. The game is direct, and the young people see this, and they're like, "Fuck you." You're like, this is why they're gonna vote for socialism. And you know what? If Trump doesn't, if there isn't some massive changes, I'm hoping like he's like playing this 3-day chess, so he's trying to win the midterms, trying to do things legit. That's what I hope. But I hope if the Democrats win, I hope he just goes tyrannical, really, like, and he has to, because if he doesn't, they're already talking about arresting him and everybody else basically that isn't on their team. You need to like nip this in the butt. This is the problem. You need to nip that in the butt. You need to. There needs to be consequences. We can't allow. You can't tell me I have to follow the law and then you don't have to follow the law. You know what I mean? Congress is worthless. I don't even want to vote anymore. The reason why I was so big, like, okay, I didn't vote until 2008 with Barack Obama. That was my first time I ever voted. And I was like almost 30 at that point. I don't want to give my exact age, but I was around 30. That was my first time. I didn't give a fuck about voting because I was like, it doesn't matter. Like, what does my vote really do? You know what I mean? It doesn't really do shit. And I really didn't give a fuck. I mean, I hated Bush. So, but I'm like, this is why I voted for Obama. I liked what he said. I thought he was very charismatic. He was way better than, who was it, McCain he was running against? I forgot who, I don't know. He was way better, I thought. Hope and change. I wanted change. Like, we're in forever wars. We're always in fucking wars. That hasn't stopped. And I thought, like, okay, we're going to elect a black president. This is going to heal the country. We can fucking move forward. And then the exact opposite happened. And I was like, okay. I didn't vote for him in 2012. I kind of figured he was going to win that anyway. I kind of figured he was going to win in 2008, but I want to be a part of history. I'm like, I'm going to help vote in the first black president of America. I thought that was cool. You know what I mean? And that wasn't the only reason I voted for him. I liked some of the stuff he was saying. I wasn't following him as much as I've been following things now, but, you know, I was passively following pretty much like a regular person follows politics. Maybe a little bit more, but a little bit less. I don't know, not that much. I watched a couple of his speeches and stuff like that. I didn't watch any of the debates or nothing. So I didn't vote in 2012, and then I never voted for any midterm stuff. I didn't care about any of that stuff. I don't know who these people are. Like, I have to go do all this research. Like, I have to go figure out all these people in my local elections. That's like a fucking full-time job, man. I'm raising a I was raising a family at the time, going to work. I don't have time to sit here and on top of my 12-hour shift, 5 days a week, to go like on my off time with my family time to sit here and try to fucking study these people. Like, what the fuck? Just fucking run this shit right, dude. Just like do what you're supposed to do. I don't know. This is why old people usually just like follow this shit. We're too busy, man. We ain't got fucking time for that. But in 2015, I seen a couple of like Trump's speeches on YouTube or something. I'm like, whoa. It's really. This is what the left thinks of me. I'm the hillbilly. Yo, that's what they think. It's like, dude, no, man. What are you talking about? I used to be one of you guys. I used to be a Democrat. I used to be a leftist, and I used to be a feminist when I was a teenager. I didn't know any better. Kurt Cobain was my idol. I was like, it makes sense. And then I thought like guys didn't treat women very well. You know, before it was like all the divorces, it seemed like it was always the guy's fault. Now I'm looking at things as probably because of feminism, putting these ideas in women's head that like they're being like they have a crappy life or something because they have a man that takes care of them. Like, what the hell is wrong with that? Now look at them. They're taking care of themselves. Are they happy? A lot of them are on drugs. You know what I mean? It's like the strong, like, this is what should be pushed. Acceptance, but like, don't push feminism. It should be, you can do that if you want, but don't push that shit. Where's the family stuff being pushed? No, it should be like, even when my mom was raising me, there's a couple times where she wasn't working in my life when I was younger, and she said they kind of looked down on her. I don't like to talk about my family or any people in my personal life, but she said that people kind of look down on her for that, for being a stay-at-home mom. And it's like, dude, that's so fucked up. Like, women nowadays basically just, if they do have a kid, they pop it out and then they want to go directly to work. It's like, raise your kid, dude. What the fuck? Don't you want to see your kid, like, walk? Don't you want to hear the first words? You know what I mean? Like, you incubated that baby. That baby was a part of you. You just want to get... Women don't want to have kids. So, like, women don't want to be mothers, and they don't want to be wives nowadays. And that's because they've been programmed. They've been duped. And if I was a rich person, I would be broadcasting this everywhere. This should be, like, use your money, man. You know who's doing it. You need to use your money. Put ads everywhere. Buy these companies. Get together with other... You have them... Like, I'm telling you, if you guys don't, you're going to be lumped in with, like, the other rich people when the revolution happens. So, and... You know, you guys could try to flee and go to different islands and stuff like that, but I'm sure that people are gonna follow you. We'll figure out where you're at, and, like, you know, like, it's gonna, if their plan is, like, destroy America, but and they think that there's gonna be any safe place for them, everywhere's gonna be suffering. So everybody's gonna be gunning for any rich people. You're going to be gunned after. No. You're going to be, like, people are going to be coming after you. If things break down socially like that. If that's what they're trying to do. So, like, good rich, because I think there's good rich people too. And there's bad rich people. The good rich people need to actually start speaking up, because you people run the society. You run the businesses. You pay the politicians off. Like, you can't keep taking wins and keep taking from us. You don't pay us nothing. How long do you think this is sustainable? Where you can just keep taking and taking? It's like, for what? What is the end goal? Because it's not going to be just America that's destroyed. It's going to be the whole goddamn world that's going to be fucked. You're not going to be safe anywhere. So you better hope that Elon can get you to Mars in the next couple years, like, and you better be hoping that Trump, like, fixes this shit. It's crazy that we have to. It's a Hail Mary, and the fact that he should be dead right now. This tells me, like, this is why I still have hope. If Trump wasn't in there, I wouldn't have any. The fact that he did not get killed. The fact that he had no vice president, it would have been over. It would have been done. There's something that's keeping this going. Some type of intervention happened there. There's no way he just went like this, dude, and it missed. It wasn't fake, dude. It's not a conspiracy theory. 2 people were dead. It happened. He didn't have ketchup on, like, dodged a bullet like he's the Matrix. Like, dude, this isn't a movie. You know what I mean? You can, like, think that, but it's not true. But yeah, rich people need to wake the fuck up, and they need to get in the game now. Get off of your yachts. Get out of your mansions. Like, dude, what are you doing? You know what I mean? If you want to have society, like, dude, you won't have anywhere to run. You won't have anywhere to hide. You can have your bunkers, but I know you got your. Not all of you gonna be. Not all of you are going to New Zealand, and I know New Zealand's really far from everybody, but not all of you gonna make it to New Zealand, and everyone's gonna hate you. If America gets destroyed, the rest of the world's gonna crumble as well. Everything's gonna be destroyed. Everyone is gonna be gunning for rich people, man, and that's what they don't understand. They think that, because it's like, I don't blame young people for wanting socialism. Are they dumb? I mean, what is this? What the fuck do we have now? You know what I mean? And there's no way they can. This is why I say we need to get the fuck off of the dollar. We just need to get rid of that shit. We need to have some type of currency that we all trust. That's why I like Bitcoin. But you know, I'm not going to talk about that. We need to have something other than like owing. We owe interest every time we print money. We have to owe somebody. No, enough of that shit. There's room for lending. There is room for lending, but you gotta be responsible. You know what I mean? You gotta give good paying jobs. We need complete reforms across the board. We need like a Ford reform. That's what we need. I'm hoping that. I don't know. The math isn't adding up. Healthcare shouldn't like, why is healthcare so expensive? Shouldn't it get, since technology is progressing, shouldn't it get cheaper? It's just getting more and more expensive for us. I don't even have it. This is the second year I'm going without it. Because it's kind of worthless anyway. You know, I still have to pay. So I already have to pay this company so I can give the card to the hospital so that I have insurance. So just for the little insurance card, I got to pay a lot of money for that, right? My monthly premium is basically I'm paying for the insurance card. Just a little piece of paper that says I have insurance. But I still have to pay basically a huge portion of my bill. Crazy, man. That's so crazy. Everything is fucked. And nothing is really going down in price. We're not really getting raises. They're still printing out money. And like I said, I think that Trump needs to... He better not give over power. If at this point, like... We can't. We can't. We don't have fair elections. We don't even have fair elections. The Democrats don't want us to use IDs. I just seen Ed Cressy saying, "I never had an ID when I went to the grocery store." So you never bought alcohol before in your life. You never did any of that. Like, yes, they make you show your ID for that type of stuff. You have to have an ID, right to fly and stuff like that. I don't know. I would think so. I haven't flew for a while, but you need an ID for a lot of things, but not to vote. I think it's ridiculous. Why don't they want that? Why they push so hard against it anyway? Because they're rigging elections and they're letting everyone come in so they can have more Congress seats and everything like that. And these people just automatically vote for them. Because they think, like, they give them free stuff and everything like that. And it's like, dude, we're done. We're done with this shit. You know, I'm not worried about them taking back over and, like, trying to put me in a gulag or something like that. If that's what they really want to do, they're not going to last long. Because they might get me, they might get some other people, but people will rise up and overthrow them. So I don't understand what they're really... I understand the politicians and the influencers are getting paid off by these rich, but why aren't the good rich people fighting against it and exposing them? You know what I mean? Like coming out, like buying these companies. You know what I mean? So, or buying slots that you can broadcast your own thing. It's crazy, man. It's so crazy to me. If I had a news company, I want to have people on both sides equally. I don't want to just like, oh, the right wing for everything, oh, the left wing for everything. No, it's just like everything is one-sided. And I lean towards the Republicans because they seem like they're more negotiable. They seem like they are the good rich people. That's what they seem like. and they kind of seem naive or they don't care. You know, I'm not seeing, like, I do a lot of, I'm very curious about tech and, like, the future, with, like, the utopia that's, like, that could happen. How things are affected, how things can swing different ways. The pendulum is swinging in a good way right now. So, you know, a lot of us who voted for Trump are pretty happy that he's in there. And I don't want to hear, oh, he's a pet. Like, the Democrats had the House, the Senate, and the presidency in 2020, and they didn't release the Epstein files. So, like, whatever you have to say about Trump, and I get it, I want them released as well, okay? But you didn't have them released either. They didn't have them released either. So, like, you're just as culpable. You know what I mean? So just shut the fuck up. You know, just shut the fuck up. You don't even know what you're talking about. But it's like, I'm seeing what's going on, the escalation in Minnesota, and it's just like, well, you know, I like the trade. I said Seattle, but, you know, we'll give Minnesota to Canada, and we'll take Alberta. I think that's a pretty fair trade, you know, and they can have the dual citizenship be, like, grandfathered in for those people. But yeah, I'd rather have Alberta part of America than Minnesota at this point. And it sucks because, like, when I was Grumpy Old Man, I liked that movie. I'm like, that'd be a cool place to live, man, because I like the snow. I'm kind of sad that Canada is the way it is, you know. That's somewhere I would like to live, to be honest. Greenland's only like 52 degrees in the winter and the summer. I mean, in the summer, that sounds awesome to me. I don't like the heat. I lived in Arizona. I hated it. I hated living there. I hated living in the desert. I don't like the heat. I like the cold. I know I'm weird, and I know snow is annoying, and scraping your windows and all that stuff's annoying, but I like to wear hoodies. And if I want to go, like, we can't afford it now, but in a better world, you'd be like, yeah, I can, you know, go on vacation with my kids or whatever, or my family, and we can go to a nice place where it's nice, you know. I didn't like living in Florida. I hated it, dude. I like the seasons changing. That's me. So it is kind of sad to me that, like, Canada is the way it is. And I think that we just need to take it over. And if any country has a problem with that, then, like, that's how it has to be. Then do something about it. You know, what are you gonna do, EU? Like, you're gonna send your military and try to, like, do something. You know what I mean? So I think that we pretty much need to take over Canada. But the first thing we need to do is we need to squash the radicals on the left. They're basically anarchists mixed with communists that they just want to destroy. They're not gonna the Antifa type or the Black Panthers or anything like that. They have nothing to replace it. They just want destruction. And what needs to happen is these people who are getting paid need to be exposed, and we need there's got to be some kind of trail on these people, some type of documents that show that who's paying them off. It needs to be exposed so everyone can see this, so the average person can see this. You know what I mean? Because, like, hey, good rich people, you better get in the fucking game, man. I wish I had your resources. If I had your resources, I would be fighting my ass off right now. There's only so much I can do. I'm a regular peasant fighting for resources just to survive. So I don't have anything to do. I can't influence anything, and I could. I write songs, I write books, I make videos, and I'm definitely, I don't have an audience, but if I had funding, I would. Dude, if I had funding to push my stuff like everybody else does, of course. But I don't have funding. I don't have nothing backing me up. I have why aren't rich people coming out and trying to, if I was rich, I would come on to little podcasts or whatever this is, little channels, and I would be like, hey, we need to start amplifying you. If I was Elon Musk, I would hey, what are some little influencers? We need to start amplifying these people. We need to get their voices out there more, but you're not. So you're going to have destruction. Unless you start, having people's voices like me, maybe not me, but other people, and getting them into office, you're not going to, I would run for office. I can't. I literally can't. I don't have the funding. I can't run for office and then work a full-time job at the same time. It's not sustainable. I have to eat. I have to have a roof over my head. I can't do both. I'm not rich. You know what I mean? So, and if I went into Congress, all I would do is trash them. Any bill they try to put up, I would just mock them. I would tear everyone apart. I don't care if you're on the right or the left. I would tear you apart. I would use my time that I spoke tearing people apart in Congress and it's exposing them. And you know what would happen? I would blow up. And they they probably would literally make me blow up. Because I expose them too much, but I would have so many viral clips and other people. I'd want to bring other people up too. I'd be like, hey, let's start bringing other people. Come on, let's get other people brought up too. Let them have a chance. No, we need to get these same people have been in Congress forever. You're not doing shit. You're running shit the wrong way. I don't even want a Congress anymore. I know it's part of the Constitution, but it's not. The Constitution isn't really working anymore. When people aren't being held accountable, do you think that our founding fathers would be happy with the way America is right now? And Trump has only been in there a year, dude. He's doing the best he can. He shut down the border. He's trying to get these people. I was getting a lot of resistance from the other side. It's these people are getting the fuck out of here, okay? Whether you like it or not. We voted to get these people out of here. They broke the law. You shouldn't have let them come over in the first place. And honestly, our founding fathers will deal with you. Our founding fathers would be at war with you. There would already be another civil war, honestly, if our founding fathers were living right now, because it's bullshit. You don't want a country. The fact, these women don't know anything. They don't know what they're doing. I just want them to go away. Just get out of our spaces, man. Go back to we need etiquette classes. We need to bring back mandatory etiquette classes because people don't know how to raise their kids. It's ridiculous. The average man, they don't have a shot at a woman because there's a lot of different reasons, man. But social media is a fucking problem. It is and it's a double-edged sword because it's good because there's a lot of information that has came out. But I mean, most people don't use it the right way. They really don't. They go on there for just complete consumption. They're not creating nothing. People are getting more awake, but it's not where it needs to be. It's almost like people know about the information, they just kind of shrug it off. It's kind of like if the government came out with drop files and said that aliens did exist. I think that society would kind of be like, we already know. It's kind of like, We're so desensitized. It's insane. And who owns a lot of these social media companies? Same people own the OnlyFans. And you know, I'm not on any dating site anymore, but I thought the Facebook dating was such a great idea. I'm like, and the way they have it is like it's like separate from your actual profile, you know? So you make a different profile, but it's broken and it's not been fixed, and it's intentional because they want me to keep swiping. Almost like I don't even use it no more. So if you really wanted me to use Facebook more, then you probably would want me to get a girlfriend. You know what I mean? So like she'll be posting our stuff more and tagging me. I might go on there a little bit. You know, now I'm not using either one of them. So like, I know I'm just one person, but I think that there's a lot of people that think like me when it comes to that. They're just like, I'm just fucking done. Like, I'm tired. It's like, it's pretty much all fake. I don't even see like most of my friends' stuff anyway. I hardly got any comments from my friends. They probably didn't even see my shit. They're just bombarded with like all these other people that pay to be in our news feed. It's unusable. And it makes me think, are they trying to get us off the internet by posting all of this fake stuff, or like bombarding us with like ads and stuff we don't want, so we don't use the internet no more? I mean, I'm still gonna use it as long as I have it. But it is annoying. It is annoying when I'm trying to listen to somebody and like every 5 minutes I have like an ad I have to skip. Won't you? I don't want to give them any money. I'm pissed off at YouTube. I know I'm making content. You know why I upload on here? It's kind of habit, and honestly, like, this is where all the content's at. Like, Rumble, it's kind of hard to upload videos. It's kind of weird to upload videos. It's just so much easier to upload videos on here. It's so much easier. And not all the content that I like is on there, and it's like, it's not as good as YouTube. But I'm not going to give them any money. They suppress me. Oh, you know, so it's just, it's frustrating. Everything right now is so frustrating in life, and I think that a lot of people are desensitized to a lot of things in life, and we're upset, and we have economic struggle. Do we have, you know, I think that a lot of people, if they had the choice, they would rather pay higher prices for a TV or phones, the computers, internet, gaming, and all that, as opposed to like being able to actually go out and afford life. You know what I mean? Like real life. Just to go to the movies, man. Anywhere, to do anything. You know, it's not like you have to always, but it's like people aren't the friendliest. I'm not the friendliest either, and I'm kind of like trying to rewire myself and try to like adopt more Machiavellian type of attributes. Those so cringe. I don't fucking care. I think that fits better in this society, because I've relied on the Fox a lot. And I use it kind of like as a defensive thing, and try to be like a passive, and, you know, try to avoid conflicts in reality, because I don't want to get into any type of conflicts, or I don't want to get involved with any cops or anything like that, or have to worry about going to jail or prison. So, but I'm like, I think I need to start focusing on the lying part. Now I was talking to Grok, and Grok was like, yeah, it's AI, okay. And I agree. Grok said that I'm like a Sigma male with undertone alpha with a twist of Machiavellian. That's what Grok listed me as, and I'm somewhat alpha. I've never really cared about being competitive, to be honest. I just wanted to have fun. I like sports, but I never cared about power. But it's like, I kind of think that it's best because I need to try to strive to get more power. Not because I want to have a huge mansion. And I shouldn't be talking like this is Machiavelli. I shouldn't be talking. I don't care, dude. Like, I'm me, so I'm not going to do everything exactly perfect. But I think that a lot of people have power that they just aren't doing right with it. They're not leading. I've seen some of the leaders where I've worked in the past where they're really introvert. Okay, I'm not gonna say specific places I've worked, but it's really weird to see leaders be introvert. It really is, and like they're my boss, and I'm an introvert. So like I'm like, okay, whatever. But it's so weird that they have this power. And they don't talk to no one. They don't want anyone talking to them. It's so weird. They're not good leaders, and I don't want just power of like I want to be a super. No, man, I want to have some significant power, because I want to make good changes for people. I want to make logical good changes for society. I don't think that we had good leaders. I just don't. And I thought about the idea of, since they don't have any leaders in the Democrats, like kind of like, well, since I can't go on the right, there's like no influencer, no room for me over there, then I'll try to, as soon as Trump won, I'm like, okay, I'll try to jump to the other side, and like, not jump to this, I'd just kind of be like a moderate. I'm like, we need moderates. We need moderates in office, not no radical on either side. We just need moderates. And that's how I kind of view myself. And I mean, now I'm probably more radical because that's the environment. I'm pragmatic, dude. So if the environment changes, I'll change my opinion. I'll change my approach. Like I told my kids before, I said, whatever advice I give you right now, it doesn't mean it's going to be good in the future. It's good for right now. You have to be able to change things. You have to switch things up. You have to be able to adapt. And that's what we have to do, is we have to adapt, continually adapting, trying to evolve. But we can't sustain what we're doing right now. You can just look at YouTube, and it's filled with videos of people saying how they're not interested in anything anymore. They're basically depressed. We're all depressed. I didn't enjoy the holidays like I really wanted to. I was like basically high the whole time and kind of depressed a little bit. And it's like, dude, this year was a lot better than last year because I wasn't even around any family. Besides my kids. But I'm saying like other family, because I had to move back to where I'm at. So this year and I got a house I'm renting. I don't have an apartment. I got both of my kids like here. We're in a safe area. I have a job. They both have jobs. We're all, we're doing better than we were a year ago. But we still have that disconnection, I think, and it's like I said before, you go out into reality and then you can't really connect with people, or they're just so stressed out, because they're all like probably worried about money. And then you go on the internet and it's like you can't connect there no more. So it's like, where the fuck do we connect? Well, I guess, You know, eventually people are just gonna say eat the rich, and they're like, that's where it's headed. That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna have some type of like French style revolution where it's just like there's not gonna be, it's gonna be chaos. You know, that's where it's leading, unless these rich, and they're gonna be like, not all you guys gonna get away, and you're gonna be major targets because a lot of people don't like you, including me. You know, and I understand. Like, dude, the economics, it's not working anymore. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I understand. I've studied it. I'm not an expert or nothing like that, but it's not working for us. Like, capitalism, what is this? When we have people who are stealing from us, and then we got our politicians stealing from us by giving our money and then they're taxing us at the same time. It's like, dude, at some point I'm not going to pay taxes, okay? I'm going to do whatever I can to keep all my money. I'm just going to start, I don't care. I'm going to start claiming 6, 9, whatever it takes, where they can't take any out. They're not going to take nothing out of my paycheck. And then when they come at the end of the year trying to like collect from me, you know, like, I guess you'll arrest me. I'm not going to do that right now, and I'm not saying that anybody should do that right now. I think that we should. That'll be like if the Democrats take back over, and that's it. But I think that by the time that happens, it won't matter anyway. So if the Democrats take back over, they take over the presidency and everything like that, it won't fucking matter anyway, dude. I'll be rounded up, so I'll be arrested either way. So. It's like, you know what I mean? So, and I don't mind paying my fair share, but like, where's my money going? You know, when you go out, it just looks like shit out here. Nothing's getting updated. Oh, we hear about the AI and all this technology. I'm seeing all these videos of all these inventions are coming out with these robots. But what about our infrastructure? You know, where's the communities that are being built? Where's these new cities, these 15-minute cities and everything like that? Nothing. We're not getting anything. There's like, you know what I mean? So it's just like you keep taking our money, giving it to other people, not building our communities, that's what it's supposed to go to. It's supposed to go to defending us, you know, for defense, but it's also supposed to go to our communities, making it better. And it's not getting any better. And people are, and especially the youth, yeah, dude, like you're not gonna tell young people that they have to pay Social Security and they're never gonna get it. You're not gonna tell somebody that, oh, you're not gonna get Social Security until you're 80. So basically, you're gonna be dead before you can collect. You're not taking it out of my check, then, dude. I don't know what to tell you. You're telling me now. Not all boomers have it good, but you're telling me you're taking money out of my check to give rich people. I look at the boomers like they're rich. Most of them are. They're the ones that have probably been keeping our economy going, to be honest. So you're taking money out of my. It's like. You wonder why people can't buy houses. You wonder why they're not starting families. It's a lot of reasons, man. It's a lot of reasons. And the biggest reason why is because this feminism is being pushed. Why? Why is it being pushed? Why aren't good rich people capitalists? You know, why are they so baffled why these young people are voting for socialism? Why are they baffled for that? Oh, they're stupid. They're stupid. Well, you're stupid. Because you're out of touch. You're sitting there in your nice lavish mansion saying that they're stupid, but you don't understand that they're hustling, working multiple jobs, not being able to like save anything, not be able to afford a house. If you're a guy, women don't want nothing to do with you. And you're like, oh, just try hard. Like, fuck you, dude. Like, we have too many people that don't live in reality. And they're gonna come down to reality one way or the other, because the youth ain't gonna keep putting up with this. Definitely, especially young men. You will see, like the left keeps saying the Nazis, like people like me are a Nazi, or Trump's a Nazi, or MAGA's Nazis. No, you're gonna see real Nazis come up. That's what's about to happen. You know, I've said this before. Like, the left keeps saying this and this and that. They have no idea. Like, they will be wishing Trump came back. Okay, there will be a massive uprising of some Naziist type of something like that, some fascist, real Nazi, like a Hitler type, that does rise up, and he will squash them. So they will, like, it's not going to go either way. Like, the left is going to lose either way. Even if you gain power, you're going to lose it, because you're just going to because you're going to try to wield your power against us all, and like, we're the ones that work. You know what I mean? So, okay, so when you come and arrest us all, then nobody's going to be working, and you won't have anything going. So it's like, we already seen what happened in the past with gulags, and I'm not going to sit. I'm going to revolt, dude. You're not going to sit here and scare me. Like, I'm going to die anyway, so I'm going to fight. Like, you guys might arrest me or whatever, but you think I'm going to sit back and not try to make a plan to revolt against the guards? Like, I'm going to die, especially if I have nothing to eat. Like, I'm not going to sit there and do that. I don't care. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to surrender, so you're going to have to kill me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit there and let them torture me. No, you're going to kill me. It's either me or you if I go in a gulag. If you round me up, and I go in a gulag, and I'm talking about this YouTube, them rounding me up and putting me in a gulag. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to revolt. And a lot of people like me, dude, I am so pissed off. A lot of us are pissed off. And we're angry to see that we've been working hard, and then we end up in a gulag? You better kill us, man. You better just come to our doors and just, like, start shooting us, like, right off, go door to door. Like, if you're gonna, you better not round us up, because, like, we will fight back. But that's all hypothetical. That's but I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna sit there and just let you round me up and then I do nothing about it. And no, I'm not gonna live like the Jews did in a Nazi camp, or the Russians did in the gulags. I'm not gonna live like that. Hell no. I know it's easy. I'm talking big and bad. Yeah, I'm not gonna put up. I have a lot of pent up rage that I've been suppressing for the longest time, and a lot of people, probably like me, hardworking Americans, especially men, we continue to do the right thing. We and we're still doing the right thing, trying to, try not to break any laws, trying to do what we're supposed to do, go to work and everything like that, take care of our families. And just like, we don't have nothing. It's like, it's just ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous. I don't understand what these rich people are thinking, especially on the right. It's like, wake the fuck up, dude. Get in the game. What is all your resources gonna do for you? Like, when when everything is, like, destroyed. When it's Mad Max, what is your resources gonna do for you? So you might as well use them as weapons against the bad rich people that are trying to destroy our world, basically. I don't understand. Like, they must be suicidal. I don't know. They want to live in bunkers. I don't know, man. So I think it's pretty ridiculous, to be honest. all the stuff that we're going through. It's completely unnecessary, and it is fixable. There's people that are way smarter than me that can to figure out like the in-depth ways of fixing this. But the number one way is stop pushing feminism like it's a good thing. Are women happy? They don't seem happy to me. I don't see them smiling. I don't see them having a great time. They might show it on camera, but when I see them in person, they're not happy. They don't. I never see women smile in public, really. I really don't. I never feel like they want me to approach them. I never feel like they want me to talk to them. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm a hideous person. I mean, I have almost 100 body count, so like women did like me at some point. I don't look too much different. I mean, I have my hair now or whatever, but I don't think that's bad. I mean, you look at some of the guys from the 80s and they had like this type of hairstyle, or 70s. So it's like whatever. You know, that's cool. They don't like me or nothing, but they're not friendly at all. I think they're stressed the fuck out. That's what I think. I think they're really unhappy. And I'm not rooting for their demise. Like, I know what's about to happen to them, and I kind of feel bad for them. Not really like the radical leftist ones. Like, they get what they deserve, but like the ones that are kind of like just followers, I kind of feel bad for them going along with it because they're just being used. They're being used as pawns. And it sucks that I don't have a bigger voice for people to see this. But I have like these Antifa guys. They shut the hell up. You know, he ain't in the comments no more after I said I'm not going to argue with you in the comments. If you want to talk, then let's go ahead and do it in front of a camera. And then they all get scared because they're cowards. You know, how many of these leftists on Facebook talking all their smack. And as soon as I said, let's debate me on camera, then they got scared. And then, like, dude, I'm probably, like, I'm not even that good of a debater. You know what I mean? But they're too scared. You know, they're all talk and no bite. So they're weak people, you know. We'll see if this video gets a strike or me banned. I don't know. Me talking about if I get rounded up and put in a gulag, I'm going to revolt. I wonder if that gets me taken off. Maybe it would. Maybe it will. That's crazy.